Hey everyone, it's Special Kate 8 here, and I'm doing actually a different type of video than I usually do. These will actually have lots of different makers in them, but they're actually pads that I'm going to sell or destash because they don't work well for me. So I'm going to do, instead of doing a review video on ones that I'm going to get rid of, I'm just going to go through briefly these different pads and why they don't work for me. So the first is a set of pads from Ecogenesis Originals. They are nicely sewn. You can see the stitching along the edges here. She does do some decorative stitching, so on these ones you can see that around there. These all, I think, are light day pads. They have hidden PUL in them, backed in flannel. They're 8 inches and they snap to about 2 inches, so they are a more narrow pad. They just didn't work for me. I don't need that much coverage for a light day liner, and 8 inches is about as small as I can get for a liner. These 3 are cotton, and then this one is flannel. They are very nicely sewn. The only issue with one of them is that this tip is starting to come apart. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know why it's so blurry, but so that one is having a little bit of an issue, but otherwise they're sewn really nicely, condition is good, and things like that. So that's the first set. The next pad is a flannel topped one from Lazy Creek Boutique. Again, a great construction. She always backs in WinPro. You can tell that this one is a moderate because she puts it right there. And it's just too short for me. So 8 inches again is a liner length for me, and so I don't need a moderate. So I only have used it very little, but it's just not going to work for me in that I don't need the absorbency or the thickness. Here we go, for a moderate. Next one is one Minky Topped liner from Pink Lemonade Shop. She backs in WinPro as well. This is her original width, and I do usually like narrow pads, but this one isn't working well for me. I'm not really sure why, but so when it snaps in the narrower setting, it is pretty narrow. It just isn't a favorite of mine, so I'm just not keeping ones that aren't a favorite. So nothing wrong with the construction, nothing wrong with the sewing or anything like that, just not going to be one that I'm keeping. This next one is one from Trojak Farms, which you can see on her label here, and it says medium to heavy right there, and then the 3 stars are on the edge. She has a pretty unique style with minky or bamboo or cotton velour in the middle. I think this one, I know that's one of the velours. I have to look it up again on my invoice because I don't remember if it's cotton or bamboo, but I only used it 1 or 2 times at the most. And she outlines the middle part with flannel or cotton on the outer edges, which I don't know how she constructs them, but they are really nicely sewn. She has hidden PUL behind flannel. This one is just too wide for me. It is a solid 3 inches when it snaps, which I can do for an overnight, but just not for a moderate. So it's, again, really nice, just not the perfect pad for me. And then the last one I'm going to show, no, actually, sorry, 2 more. This one is from, is a Popples pad or C-Pop Commodities. It's just too short for me. She has the pretty unique extreme flare style, and when it's snapped up, there's just not enough space for my thighs, and with this type of flare. I do have some of her larger ones as well. I'm trying those out. This one has had a little bit of kind of bleaching. I had a specific stain treatment. I don't know if I used too much of the gel or what the problem was, but I've had a few pads that have kind of bleached out because of it. And then the last pad that I'm showing, that I'm getting rid of, is this one from Cute and Simple on Etsy. I love the print. It's a hidden PUL liner with flannel on the back. This one has had some staining and bleaching that I just can't get out, and the bleaching again, I think, from the stain stick. It's a little bit too short for me. When you snap it up, that's what it looks like. And so I'm just gonna be getting rid of it because of that. But again, great stitching. I don't think that she is super popular, and that I don't hear a lot of other people talking about her and things, but I really liked her stuff. She had some cute prints to choose from and great sewing. I couldn't have been happier with the sewing, so I'm surprised that there's not more pads out there from her. But this is her style, and yeah, so those are the pads I'm going to be getting rid of and why. So I hope that that's helpful when other people are looking at pads of what might work for you and what to look for. So thanks for watching and subscribing, and I'll talk to you later.